Rainbowski, it's the start of the show. Got Donny on the left and Paul is good to go. We're in the plastic knee deep, this ain't no time for sleep. It's truth or tinfoil, time to analyze the leaf. Forget the ghost for a minute, we're talking field and court. Grab a phone ball, boys, let's file a sports report. In the ball pit, that's where the truth gets loud. Debating stats and shouting over the whole darn crowd. Paul's got the numbers, Donnie's got the feel. Randy's spinning theories, showing what is real. From the trade deadline chaos to who will take the cup, we're breaking down the action, fill that bracket up. Donnie says the tight end is faster than a comet. Paul brings up the injury risk and says let's be honest. Then Ramboski leans in with a mischievous look. What if the whole damn league is reading from a script and a book? Just a splash of 10 for them, back to the game. Now tell me about the point spread, who deserves the fame? In the ball pit, that's where the truth gets loud. Debating stats and shouting over the whole darn crowd. Paul's got the numbers, Donnie's got the feel. Randy's spinning theories, showing what is real. From the trade deadline chaos to who will take the cup, we're breaking down the action, fill that bracket up. Keep your eyes on the ball, keep your mind on the field. Tune in next time for the secrets that will be revealed. Ramboski out.
What up?
Well, you was laid back ready to go sleep, wasn't you?
I was just sitting back and watching and enjoying.
That's all right, because you know yours is going to be the one that sends us out of here on. So
Yeah.
I didn't do a Friday show. I was going to do a Friday show and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to do a Friday show.
I was, but like I said, by the time I got done working on that vehicle on Friday evening, there was no show left in me at all. And of course,
Yeah,
Nemo
no, I
brought
get
it up.
it.
He's like,
I get
"You
that
working on a
feeling.
vehicle?" What? But so I was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
And you know, quite frankly, when it comes to weekend sports now, I mean, with football getting ready to go into the playoffs and stuff, we'll talk a little bit. We'll do some every so often, but nobody that I know of is really into basketball a whole lot. Now I've got a lot of people that I know that's into basketball, but not to the point they live or die by it. Kind of like when the MLB is going, when Major League Baseball is going. We're into it, but we're not into it. You know what I mean? So
Tony Merkel's really into basketball. He and I used to sit there and talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like basketball. I will watch it every so often, but like we talked before, the days of my type of basketball are gone. When I could sit there and watch Angel Reese, and the only reason I bring up Angel Reese is because Nemo right there. Yeah, Nemo, you're right. No defense anymore, first of all. And he brought up why is lacrosse better than women's basketball? And I'm guessing a lot of ways it is because I don't go out of my way to watch lacrosse either, but women's basketball got boring for a long time. A long time.
What's a sport that I don't want to say women do better than the men, but more people watch the women's side than the men's side? I know one.
Well, obviously gymnastics.
Gymnastics, yeah. There's that.
And figure skating for sure.
Figure skating.
Yeah. As far as any other sports like that, I mean,
I got one.
What?
Beach volleyball.
Oh well, yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Because nobody wants to watch those banana hammocks flopping around. You know, nobody cares about that.
There was, golly, what was the name of the? I can't remember. I think it was Brazil. It was Brazil, but they did. Nah, it may not have been Brazil. I can't remember which country it was. They didn't want to play beach volleyball in the bikinis. They wanted to be able to wear the one pieces or whatever to play in, or shorts or whatever the case might be. The governing body told them they could not. They had to wear those bikinis. I'm like, That's asinine. That don't make no sense. They don't want to wear them. They don't have to wear them. Screw that crap. Now you want to watch real volleyball, like the collegiate volleyball, the 6-on-6 with the
Mhm.
them girls are some vicious bitches. Okay,
Mm.
they will tear. Don't get in the way of a spike on some of them women because they'll leave a 2-foot hole coming out of you.
Yeah.
And
What's another sport?
this year's been decent with women's basketball as far as the pros go. But once Caitlin Clark went down on for her injury, all the interest kind of left the whole thing. I mean, nobody cared after that. She has brought more to that sport than anybody in its history, pretty much, for whatever reason. And if if I could, you know what a double dribble is, right?
Yeah.
Or to carry the ball, or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Double dribble. You're sitting there watching Angel Reese on a quote unquote fast break, her lazy ass fast break that she did. She's sitting there and she's dribbling with one hand. She stops dribbling, throws it over to this hand, has taken like a step and a half, and started dribbling again while she's driving toward the basket. I'm just like, how did they not call that? How do you not call that? That is a
Maybe they have
freaking
different standards,
hell.
man.
Different standards, my ass. I used to think Michael Jordan used to travel, because technically when you go into the basket, you got 2 steps. What you get a plant and a step, and then you can take off, right? I used to think, oh, he's traveling, but I started watching. I was like, he's really not. He's only taking 2 steps. I'm like, shit, this dude can jump. But I'm a bird guy, I mean, there's that heyday, even with Jordan, late '80s into the early to mid '90s and such. You had defenses, and these guys were not going to come in the middle and get stuff for free like they do now. They had to earn it. Now they call you touch them with a fingernail, and they call a damn foul. So I think that's what's caused the biggest issue with basketball. So, anywho, so why is lacrosse better than women's basketball? Though I want Nemo to answer that one because I haven't watched any lacrosse at all. So, but so we only got really a couple of things really wrestling related going on. I mean,
Yeah, there's not really much going on in the world of sports and wrestling, so I kind of figured, tonight we'll just talk about whatever. We'll just bullshit, you know. Hey, you know what? I want to do something different today. I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some paranormal cryptid stuff.
Holy shit! What?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm kind of in the mood to talk about some paranormal shit, Randy. Let's talk about some paranormal.
And why? Why?
I don't know.
Paranormal. What paranormal we looking at?
I don't know. I was just saying. So, did you guys come across anything good in your Truth or Tinfoil episode today?
Actually, there's one, and I can show you the video too. I still got it here. So, it was actually posted online. Honestly, see here. Nemo's gonna yell about it. I'll tell you that right now. Just as spite. This was done by when we did the show and tell stuff. Castle Rock, Alex from Castle Rock Paranormal. He actually posted this out on Facebook. It's from the old haunted old Pittsburgh hospital in I think it's around Jasper, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. But this was what we saw. And this one caught us all caught me a little off guard for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And we studied that thing for I bet 20. I bet we did 20 minutes on that one video right there. That was one of the ones when I went back and looked at it. I was like, "That's wild." I had to look at it 4 or 5 times before I even brought it on the show. So now we were talking that time though with when Brian Alvarez was on with Tex and he got him on there. We were talking about different areas in sports that were actually haunted as well. Remember? And I know if the Sportatorium was still around here in Dallas, there's no doubt in my
There would be
mind.
spirits there,
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. I
but
mean,
no one's
that
actually
place,
died there though.
yeah, but I'm still a firm believer. People that pass away, they kind of haunt where they were happiest at. You know what I mean, or where they had their most despair at. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it makes more sense to me for them to be in a place like that because that's where they wanted to be in the first place. Same thing with theaters. You know, a lot of theaters you see that get haunted. It's haunted by people who frequented the place because that's where they were the happiest at. So, Nemo, it looks like somebody trying to make shadow animals. Very well could be it, Nemo. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
we can't say one way or the other, honestly, with that one. But that was a fun one that, like I said, found by accident. Really, when I was going through stuff today or yesterday, I guess it was when I was setting all of it up. So, but yeah. But yeah, well, and I sent you a cryptid. You saw my cryptid picture I sent you, right? It,
Yeah.
it
With
went.
them big old bowls.
I was like,
Yeah,
I gotta
with
send
that
this to
big
Donnie.
face. Yeah.
I knew I had to send that one to you. I was like, man, this is ugly. This is ugly.
Okay, here's the topic. Are you ready? Okay.
Uh,
So I was
Quick
thinking about
question
it.
though. Quick question though. Look at that one.
Shouldn't Disneyland be a haunted place? I hear it is.
Yeah, I
And
hear there's a lot of parts of it that are haunted. Actually,
yeah,
especially the one out in California.
unfortunately, you can never get an investigation team out there because
No,
reasons. But
yeah, they won't let you. Period.
yeah, but yeah, no, I hear it is.
Yep.
There are stories
Oh,
from people who work there.
oh yeah, and you
Yeah,
couldn't. I'd work there, but there's you can bet your butt I wouldn't stay there alone at night. So there may be
yeah,
a big wandering around that place, so, or a dog man.
and people have died there. So
Oh yeah, sure have. So anyway, what was yours?
okay, okay. So I was thinking about this, like action movies, specifically martial arts movies from
Okay,
like well, any martial arts movie, right?
yeah.
It's essentially pro wrestling, except it's not in front of a live audience,
Hey, little Patty, how you doing?
right?
Yeah,
You've
pretty
got
much.
the action. It's
Got to
essentially
be
fake
choreographed.
fighting.
Yep,
You've got heroes and villains. You got to build compelling characters.
yep,
You
yep.
need a good story. You need psychology,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need
Yeah,
to sell.
sure do.
You got people bumping. You've got sequences. So let's break down some of these martial arts or action stars as if they were pro wrestlers.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with the ultimate, Bruce Lee. Okay.
Mm,
Now, Mike skills, if you compare him to like Jet Li or Jackie Chan,
yeah,
Bruce Lee was way better because he actually spoke English.
yeah. He was a legitimate American. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
he was.
no, the reason why his English was good was because he was from like the upper class of Hong Kong,
Yeah,
where,
exactly.
this was before China took over, where basically people in Hong Kong, they knew English, right? Because it was still
Their
a British
kung
colony,
fu was weak.
right?
Yeah,
So Mike skills, Bruce Lee was probably was going to be better than Jet Li or Jackie Chan. Right? Let's
yeah,
compare those three. Right?
yeah.
I think Jackie Chan was better at selling.
Oh yeah, and choreographing,
Yeah, because when he would, Jackie Chan can take an ass whooping.
but he could give it too. And he,
Yeah.
how many times did he get hurt on set? I mean, honestly. But
Well,
here,
it's not just that, but like even like okay, in all of Jackie Chan's movies, when he's up against the big baddie, when he's about to throw
yeah,
down, you never think that Jackie Chan is whooping everyone's ass. Like in terms of like every fight scene, he'll get hit, and he's always
yeah,
like, "Oh man, I can't believe I made it out of there in one piece."
because he
It's
makes
not
it
like
look
those people
legitimate.
where
He makes it look
yeah,
like a real fight
yeah.
instead of just a badass kicking somebody's ass. You know.
You never assume that he's going to like just dominate the opposition because he's always like in a position of weakness.
Yeah.
And then most of his movies are about like him overcoming that weakness, right? And then finally beating the big baddie,
Yep.
except for one exception, Drunken Master. Have you seen those
Oh my.
movies?
Well, I love the Forbidden Kingdom.
Once he gets loaded up, yeah, he's
Yeah.
whooping that ass.
I love Forbidden Kingdom. I really did. I loved Forbidden Kingdom. It was one of my favorites
The
of
one
all
with
time.
Jet Li?
Yeah, Jet Li, him, and that freaking kid from Sky High. But that was
I
a
didn't
great movie. I thought.
I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
It was mostly for the fight scene though, between
Oh
Jet
yeah,
Li and yeah.
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 And Jet Li played a great part, being the Monkey King and everything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like it was great. I mean, I thought it was great for what it was. It's a straight out kung fu fantasy movie, is what it is. It really is. So, but then you got to sit there and think. Now Bruce Lee was a I think it was Michael J. White. J. White was the one that actually said it the right way. He said, "You've got artists and you've got fighters. The fighters are the guys that you got to worry about. The artists, they he always digs on Steven Seagal, because Steven Seagal, with his Aikido or whatever, all he's doing, he's taking and using his hands to kind of swat people away. And as you watch, these guys are flipping around for him. He's not
Yeah.
making them fall. You know what I mean? They're doing it for him. He there's a pro wrestler for you right there. Okay. And Michael J. White, Jean Claude Van Damme, freaking Bruce Lee, and I don't know if Jackie Chan was actually a legitimate fighter at one time or not. I don't know. I never heard of him.
He was more similar to Jet Li's. Well, no, not similar to Jet Li's. No, he's more of a stunt guy.
Yeah, so
Like
he's an artist versus an
he's
actual
more of an
fighter.
artist, yeah.
Yeah. So
But his stunts
that
are freaking
yeah,
like no one can top what he
amazing.
does.
Yeah.
Stunt-wise,
And
yeah.
Michael J. White loved working, well, with a little bit they've worked together. He liked working with him, but he said there was people didn't get it when he said one time, somebody asked me who would win, John Claude Van, because they thought Van Damme was a dirtbag too or whatever, and everybody knows Steven Seagal's turned into that. Yeah, some guy asked me, because I followed Michael J. White on YouTube. He's got his own YouTube channel and stuff,
Yeah, I
and
follow him.
and he's like, somebody, I think it was in one of the interviews, they asked him, said, who would win a fight between Van Damme and Seagal, and he said Van Damme, hands down. He said Seagal doesn't know how to actually get in a ring and fight.
And Van Damme is like shredded. Like you
Even now.
question his legitimacy all you want, but you can't deny that dude was in shape.
Oh, you ain't just kidding, 100%. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I'll tell everybody straight out. I liked a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Yeah, I like a dude. He was like my freaking action hero god in the '80s when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Bloodsport to this day is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, you ain't just kidding. And once
That's
again,
a great fucking movie.
hey, there's Mickey.
Best.
Missed you earlier, Mickey. And then we got Cynthia Rothrock was another one.
You know what though, Randy?
Right. She was cute, but she was also badass.
Early Steven Seagal. Like
wasn't bad.
Hill,
yeah, wasn't bad.
Those moves were cool. Like when he would break people's arms and shit, and it was like really fast.
Mm-hmm.
When he did sorry.
Yeah. Allergies still getting you?
Swallowed something wrong.
Don't puke. Yeah, see, Mickey, you're right. Brandon Lee, there's another one that's the hardest.
When he was in his prime and he was doing those Aikido sequences on dudes,
yeah,
and just like bam, 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 and then he would just break a dude's arm, go to the next. I mean, that shit was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
So,
but once again, we're talking artists.
Completely useless. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they're not for shit though.
Yeah, and like I said, the like you said, Hard to Kill, Above the Law, that series that he did during that time frame, they were fun to watch. They were a fun shoot 'em up. Yeah, they were fun to watch. So I had no problem with that.
One thing about Seagal though, he could not sell.
No, because he didn't want to.
I never once saw him sell at all in any of the movies. I mean, for those of you who are unfamiliar, selling in pro wrestling means when you take damage, you got to make it look convincing, like you're in pain, right?
Yeah.
Never once did I see. The only time I saw Steven Seagal selling was when he was in that fucking coma in that one fucking movie. Remember? I think it was
Yeah,
above the law where he was like in a coma for like a year.
a year and a half, 2 years, or whatever it was.
He's like, "Oh no, what happened to my wife?" I'm just like, "Damn, that's the only time I ever saw Steven Seagal sell. He was literally in a coma."
Yeah, and that was his first movie, I think.
Yeah. His first couple were not bad. Marked for Death,
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
because he brought a unique style, like his way of fighting. Um, I mean,
I
Jean Claude.
really, I'm with you, Nemo. It took me a while I knew it was a quote unquote biography. We're talking about Bloodsport now. Um, but now later on in the years, a lot of people saying Frank Dukes made a lot of that crap up. Now
Yeah,
I ain't
no,
gonna go tell the guy he lied.
he's a
I'm
fraud.
not taking the chance on him hitting me. So
It's a biography with air quotes.
yeah.
Um, at least Jean Claude Van Damme sold in some of
Hmm.
his movies, but he wasn't the bestseller.
Nah, every one of them with Bolo Young, he was great with though, because he knew how to sell with him.
The
Because
only time
Bolo,
he really sold in that movie was when he was all blinded and shit.
well, and that was fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it did what it needed to do. Chong Lee's biggest problem was he got too confident. So
Like Jet Li can sell, Jackie
yeah,
Chan can sell.
yep, 100%. Brandon Lee did too, and Brandon Lee, she was Mickey's out there talking about Brandon Lee. Look at the Crow. I mean, until he got obviously when he got killed on the set, but look at the Crow and how much ass kicking he got done to him in that movie.
Oh man, if he had not died in that movie, he would have been the biggest star too.
Oh,
He would have been
he would
like
have been the next
he would have been the
big
top of
thing for
Hollywood.
sure.
He would have been
Yeah,
the A-lister. Yeah.
I mean,
He would have made
and
Keanu Reeves obsolete.
I don't know about all that because Keanu Reeves has his own style, shall we say? That
Yeah.
just, I mean, I don't know what it is about Keanu Reeves when he starts doing one of the action movies. It just sells. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain it. Kind of the way with same way with freaking Patrick Swayze. Didn't matter if it's an action movie, a love story, a ghost story, whatever the case might be. Whenever he put his whole heart into something, it sold. I don't know how, but it did. So yeah, Nemo. Frank
But
Dukes.
I love you.
Somebody said
Yeah.
he's a fraud, but I'm still not going to say it out loud because it's like I said. I don't. He still come hit me, and I don't want him to hit me. Well, look at the dude that was in Bloodsport, the one that played the big burly guy.
Mm.
I never can remember his name, but he was ogre in freaking Revenge of the Nerds too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're talking
So
about. Yeah.
and he actually did a Geico commercial too after many years. And he was old and kind of fat and stuff.
I was actually watching a recent video of his on YouTube,
Yeah.
like when they were interviewing him about Bloodsport and
Oh yeah.
his experiences, and yeah, he said John Claude was a bit of an asshole on set. But that's what a lot of
And
people said about him back
and I
then.
don't understand. But once again, Jean-Claude Van Damme was also that was his first movie. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, they put a lot on him. Now, everything I heard about Kickboxer after that, he wasn't as much of an asshole. I think he was probably just getting broke in.
Was
They're
that
trying to
your
make,
second favorite Jean Claude Van Damme movie, Kickboxer? I'd say that was mine.
yeah, most likely
Yeah,
because I mean,
that movie was
yeah,
pretty ridiculous, but
Tong Po. I mean, Tong Po
Kung
was like
Po.
the greatest villain there was, honestly, when it came to that stuff. Because and it had the Terminator Alexio, who was a kickboxing legend
Yeah.
at the time, was in it as well. So um. Okay, Bigfoot fades. I'm going to answer this right now. I think I've got a.
Wait, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be
Okay,
right back. You hold the fort.
okay. You do what you got to do real quick because I'm going to go out and I'm going to find something here for you, Bigfoot fades, real quick that I have in my possession here is I don't know how to put it really more than anything else. It's a meme, but it's a meme about John Wick, and I think it was I can't remember who else it was. Oh, Aquaman. I don't know why you don't see Bigfoot fades. Bigfoot fades. Are you on the which one are you in? No, she's in the same. Oh, she's on mobile, but still, you should be able to see. She should be able to see you in the chat. I would think. Now, I'm gonna find this, and when I find this, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Like there was an old thing out about these two guys, Aquaman. That's what it was. Jason Momoa. I can't see it right now. I'd have to dig through about 5,000 pictures to find it. But anyway, Jason Momoa and Keanu Reeves both have belts. One's got a brown belt, and I think one's got a white belt still. Maybe both brown belts now. In hell, I want to say regular old karate, but I'm not for sure. But I'll give you one guess who's better than all of them. Ed O'Neill, the guy that played Al Bundy, could kick both their asses. Imagine that. Al Bundy could kick John Wick and Aquaman's ass. That's all I got to say about all that. But like we were talking about, I mean, Van Damme, he got himself a bad reputation, I guess, because of the way he acted behind the scenes or something. But yeah, you're right, Nemo. Just being Simone gives him 20 points because anybody watches a good hockey, it's enough to get you going. That being said, I was in I was in the Sinai Peninsula, and there was an issue after a rugby match where one of our sister companies played the Fijians that were in the area at the time, and we made the mistake of winning. Our guys made the mistake of winning. They got caught by the Fijians in the locker rooms after the fact. The commander had a broken arm. The first sergeant had a broken collarbone by the time it was all said and done. So don't mess with the Fijians and don't mess with Samoans. That's all I'll say. But there's Roger out there, Little Patty's out there, Mickey's out there. I'm glad everybody's having some fun right now because we're sitting there just kind of BSing tonight because there just really isn't a whole lot going on since my Cowboys decided to lay a complete egg this last weekend, and Rob's somewhere floating around crying in his beer probably too. I don't know if did the Lions actually win, because that's one I didn't look up. They were, I think they were ahead last time I looked, but that don't mean that's the case. So, but the let's see, we need NFL. What we got for NFL stores here? The Lions, Minnesota beat Green Bay, so that gives them a chance. And let's see, the Lions ended up beating the Bears. So the Lions may have a chance to get in there. I don't know if they got a chance to get in or not. Tough to say. Now, right now it's the Buccaneers, so it'll all depend, I guess, after tomorrow night. But anyway, so you're back. What'd you do? What'd you do? Go blow your nose?
No, I just had to take care of some family stuff real quick.
Yeah. So anyway, what we were talking about? We were talking about Bloodsport. There's another couple you got to think about when you talk about people that correspond between wrestling and martial arts. Think about the movies with Roddy Piper and Billy Blanks. Okay, Billy Blanks, there's another legit fighter right there. But he translated when he was with Roddy Piper in these movies that they did, the little B movies, straight to DVD or whatever they want to call it. They were good movies. They wasn't great. I mean, they're B movies, honestly, but they were good. And those two played well together. And quite frankly, nowadays, anything Michael J. White's in, I'm watching. Okay, the dude is just amazing. He really is.
Michael J. White.
Yeah. Watch any of the dadgum or what was it? No Surrender shows. I mean, best fight scene I think I ever saw was probably the one. Well, him and Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones played the one in Don't Look Back or whatever was there. I had No Surrender. I can't remember which one it was, but
he was in Mad Max Fury Road.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about with Michael J. White. He had a fight with him.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one it was.
Nathan Jones of Mad Max fame.
And in that movie, though, early on, these young kids are thinking Michael J. White's just somebody, they can fuck with, that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, blah 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 blah. And one guy tries to get him in to spar with him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll spar with you." So he gets in there, and he is absolutely Cobra was the kid's name, the guy's name. He was a big MMA guy. Cobra was going to do it, and he beat the ever loving shit out of him. And of course, the coach is looking at him like, "What the hell? You get knocked out. You got to go to the doctor, type thing." And he showed exactly his regimen he was going through that they were making fun of. Showed exactly what he was doing, and it got to where he took him down. Exactly showed every bit, how he did it. And I'm like, this is just amazing to watch. And then he gets in the ring with him after the fact. The guy tries to he beats him in like 3 seconds. He literally knocks him out in like 3 seconds after that. And I'm like, do not ever piss off Michael J. White. Period. And I thought he should have kicked Steven Seagal's ass and exit one personally.
Oh yeah, they were in that movie together. I totally forgot about that one.
Yep. Made Michael J. White a bad guy. That kind of sucked. But he does play a good bad guy.
He was a bad guy in the second Universal Soldier movie, remember?
Yep,
with Van
sure
Damme
was.
and Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
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 That movie was goofy, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of them are goofy and fun to watch. But,
Yeah.
Still. Let's see. Can't count Hulk because he couldn't act. It didn't matter at that time because Hulk Hogan could go out there and get into a movie and people were going to go see it, period. Now, don't get me wrong.
Well, until they stopped because the movies were that bad.
Yeah, well, No Holds Barred, that first one he was in, No Holds Barred with freaking Zeus, Tiny Lister.
I loved that movie as a kid, yeah.
As a kid, the part I loved about that movie the most was Stan Hansen in the damn urinal with those two guys.
Yeah.
Laughing at him. And I'm just like, that's a wrestler right there. That's a man's wrestler right there. Stan Hansen was a beast.
Tiny wiener. You got a tiny wiener.
Yeah.
You could tell. You could tell those were Vince McMahon jokes too.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
But when Hogan got away from that, when he did Suburban Commando, that was actually kind of cool. Mr. Nanny was even better. But then it went stupid, like the Three Ninjas kicked back. After he left WWE, he went to WCW and tried to do some movies, and he did the crappy ones. I mean, very bad ones. And that Thunder in Paradise, I never watched a single episode of that show.
Y'all remember King Kong Bundy? He was in a Richard Pryor movie called Moving.
Yep. I remember he was in that. He was also on Married with Children. He played a cousin of the Bundys.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yep. I love King Kong Bundy. That dude, he got his start down here in Dallas, really. So he was Big Daddy Bundy at that time. Now there was another one up there. Bigfoot Fades asked, what happened to Anthony Joshua recently? Do you think they crashed? Yeah, I heard about his crash in Nigeria, and I'm like,
no, I don't think so. And here's why. Because because I was reading about it, that particular stretch of highway is known for lots of accidents, and people over in that part of the world they ain't exactly the safest drivers.
Oh no.
You got to watch traffic footage of other countries. I think we as Americans we take it for granted because we have better infrastructure, frankly, and better enforcement. And speed limits and regulations and everything, right? In other parts of the world, if you look at the highways and the road conditions and the drivers, it's like they don't care. They don't care about lanes. They don't care about traffic rules or enforcement.
And I've driven in Saudi Arabia and Iraq and in Kuwait. And I can tell you right now, it is so hot there. When you get out on those roads and you see the ruts in the roads, I mean, literally those are the truck wheel marks that, because it's so hot, it literally has melted them, got them where they get pushed down because there's no concrete underneath them. They just lay pavement, right? So when you're driving, you got to stay in them or you're going to end up jerking all over the daggum road. So, yeah, that's anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think
wasn't
it's
an inside job. I think that was just bad road conditions with bad drivers,
yeah,
frankly.
just a straight out accident. So
Yeah,
now,
tragic. It's
if
unfortunate, but
if he'd have been sent there by I don't know Logan Paul or something like that, or Jake Paul, I would say yeah. Now that probably would be, but he wouldn't sit there. He was doing something else. He was doing some charity work, wasn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
they say he was visiting family members.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
but either way, yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think it was just dumb luck.
gotta watch traffic footage in like Russia and China and India. Holy
Oh,
shit, man!
yeah,
They don't
yeah.
give a damn. Yeah,
Nope, not one bit. If you do not India especially if you don't get if there's an opening and you don't hit it, you're not going to get another chance. You're going to sit there.
there's a reason why. If you look into news, there's been all that controversy lately. Not to get political, but of all
Hmm.
those illegal migrants who've been getting commercial driver's license and getting into these really big fatal wrecks,
Yeah.
and these guys are from like India and China. Yeah, if you look at the way they drive over there, you can imagine. Yeah, I could
Oh
see
yeah.
why they were getting into wrecks here.
Well, and look at the ones that come out of Canada. A lot of the truck drivers coming out of Canada, they're mostly Russian born.
Yeah, and they drive like shit because again, they don't have any enforcement of traffic laws over there.
Yeah, I mean, hmm, well, that was an unlucky thing because it's funny how he destroys Jake Paul like that, and I can understand why people would think, oh, wait a second, Jake Paul might have had something to do with it. He's getting even or some crap like that. I don't think that's the case. I think Jake Paul needs, and a lot of the stuff that you see out on Facebook and stuff that Jake Paul is saying this, Jake Paul really isn't saying a lot of that crap. It's all stuff people just throwing out there to stir shit.
Mhm.
Because quite frankly, I don't think Jake Paul could talk yet.
Mhm.
But
What are
yeah,
people talking about in the chat?
let's see. They're talking about Granny Clampett right now.
Because Mickey was like, I drive like a granny. I drive pretty conservatively too. Not to say I'm
Well,
a bad driver, but I like to, I drive safe.
hey, Mickey, her and her jug of medicine you're talking about, that's her rheumatism medicine. She got to have the rheumatism medicine. And yes, I'm dating myself. I watched every bit of the Beverly Hillbillies. All right.
I never watched a single one.
See, that's your problem. Go back and watch. You need to go watch like Cartoon Network or remember they used to have TV Land. I don't even know if TV Land's even out there anymore, but they had all the old sitcoms from the '60s and stuff out there. My kids, my twin daughters that are 25 now, they literally are Gilligan's Island's fanatics.
Really? Why is that?
Huh? Because they watched it with me. Every time
Oh,
Gilligan's Island was on TBS or they'd have reruns on TBS, they'd have reruns on TV
you mean
Land or
they
whatever.
became fanatics recently, or they've always watched Gilligan's
They've
Island?
always watched Gilligan's
Mm,
Island since they were 10 years old. When we were moving up to the DC area, leaving
mm,
uh, Fort Bliss, we were moving up there, and I had a 1973 GMC motorhome. That's what we were going to live in until the housing was ready for us, right? So we get
mhm.
into an area. Well, we got in one little RV park that we were staying in, and it was there was no cable hookups like a lot of the places had. So the TV was in there. They couldn't watch a whole lot, but we had movies. We had DVD movies and stuff. Oh, good lord! I forgot I had gotten Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang became their favorite movie of all time for a while. They watched it every time they turned around. My wife wanted to destroy that thing. Yeah,
She got
Nemo.
tired of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, same thing over and over again, just like us.
Where is Gilligan's Island?
It's off the coast of Hawaii somewhere. 3 hours. It's got to be within a 3 hour tour. So I've always found that hard to believe. You're on a 3 hour tour, you get caught. Well, it was supposed to be on a 3 hour tour. You get caught in a squall,
Well,
and nobody can ever find you.
if it was supposed to be a 3-hour tour, that means there's an hour and a half away. at most.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you get caught in a storm out of the blue, which nobody knew about it, and even in 1964, they were going to know about it long before you went out.
Brandon finally saw Never-Ending Story. Damn.
Oh,
Finally saw it.
wow. That's a
That was
great
one
one.
of the best. That was one of my favorite movies of the 80s.
Yeah. Atreyu.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Yep. My kids watching it. I didn't like the second one. Second one sucked.
Oh, the second one was ass. It was
Yeah.
ass. Yeah.
They just did it to do it. That's all it was. They did it to do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. Oh, I bet it's not out there on streaming very much. I don't bet. I'm gonna look just out of spite, there, Mickey. Man, that was made in 1984. Good lord.
Which one?
The Never-Ending
Never-Ending
Story.
Yeah.
Okay, Roku channel has it. So if you get a Roku channel's got it.
You can watch it on YouTube technically.
Yeah, it's probably out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Goonies. Goonies was great.
Goonies was a classic.
Yeah, Bigfoot
Man.
Phase. I know you put us in that parody of Never-Ending Story. Thank you very much.
You know, I feel like we peaked as a culture in the 80s and 90s. I really do. Because if you look back on the 80s and 90s, nothing was a remake. A couple sequels here and there.
Creative.
But
It was creative.
yeah, but you can really tell. I feel like pop culture is the barometer of a society.
Yeah.
And you know if a society is healthy, if their pop culture is constantly churning out classics.
Yeah.
It got to a certain point in the 2000s because there was still plenty of really good stuff coming out in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure was.
Culture as a whole in general, not just movies, but like TV shows, video games, music, art, everything, right?
Yeah.
Some point after the 2010s, shit just started going downhill.
Yeah. I
Overall,
don't know how. I don't know what happened. I mean, it seems like we stopped getting ideas for new stuff.
I think our society peaked at that point.
That's
It
it.
really peaked.
Bigfoot Phase, you bring up Labyrinth. That's one of my daughter that's in England right now. That's one of her favorites. She loves David Bowie. Anything David Bowie related, she likes.
Oh, and then there's also Dark Crystal.
Yeah, the Dark Crystal was great.
Yeah.
That, and being a Jim Henson production at that time, that Dark Crystal is something nobody ever thought of that he would actually do.
There were a lot of those movies in the 80s that were great. Legend was really good with Tom Cruise, early Tom Cruise.
Early Tom Cruise.
I loved me some Willow.
Oh, you and me both.
Val Kilmer.
I'm going to tell you right now, Willow, that
The
was
80s was
so
the decade
great.
for fantasy movies, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the ultimate fantasy movies are definitely, in my opinion, the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, that's
But
the 90s.
even in the 80s, they had that animated Lord of the Rings that was badass.
Was it actually done up in the 70s, I think, was when it was first done. But
Yeah.
either way, yeah, I love those too. I used to sit there talk about them. People were like, because there was only two of them originally, if I remember right. There was The Hobbit and there was The Lord of the Rings, which
Yeah,
the
they
Lord
only
of the
did two
Rings,
movies. Yeah.
yeah, the Lord of the Rings encompassed the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the
Yeah, they try to fit that
Return of
all
the
into
King
one movie.
into
Yeah.
one little, and it's only like an
I
hour,
heard they
hour and
originally
15
tried to
minutes.
do it as a trilogy, but they didn't have the budget for it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was still good for what it was.
Tombstone, yeah. I mean, if you list off all the great movies of the 80s and then you look at the movies coming out now, like what
Yeah.
happened? What
We
happened?
don't know. I will say, well, it's all remakes. Quite frankly, almost every one of them are all remakes.
It's all remakes
or
yeah.
comic books,
or sequels or prequels or remakes. Because when did our society get so creatively bankrupt?
that I don't know. I can't tell you. And and you're not just thinking about movies. Think about it this way: look at the writing when it comes to wrestling now too. It's basically doing the same thing we're talking about with the
Like all
movies.
this modern shit sucks.
Yeah, because these guys are all about high spots. They're all about nobody goes in there and tells a story in the ring. that's the one thing I liked about the John Cena final match with Gunther. They told a story in the ring the whole way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't see the remake of The Crow either.
I heard it was god awful. I heard it
I
was
heard it
like the
was
worst
too.
movie of like the year.
Yeah, it was. Didn't even make me want to see it. At all. I mean, I guess the most creative they've gotten in the last few years probably would be the Dune movies, maybe. And I haven't watched any of them either.
But those themselves are they're not original.
Mm-mm. Not one
Yeah,
bit.
it's an adaptation, which is fine, you know. You can adapt stuff. I mean, Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
so you can't knock them on that. And yeah, no, the Doom movies are pretty good though. I did watch them, and they are pretty
yeah.
good.
But
Although,
they stand as their own. They don't try and recreate anything either. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I mean, which is kind of cool. I mean, but when you're talking about adaptations of stuff, honestly, what's it been 5 years now? I guess when they came out with the Stephen King, the Gunslinger movie,
yeah,
The Dark Tower.
yeah, with Idris Elba and Matthew
I love
McConaughey.
it, and I love Idris Elba, but even he couldn't save that
No,
fiasco. I don't know who the hell did
well,
the screenplay on it.
that project was destined to fail because they tried to do the entire Dark Tower series into one movie.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
They didn't even.
You can't.
But the bad thing was they did not even do a good job of bringing in the books to start with. You never saw any of the other characters other than Jake and Roland. That was it, and Walter, of course. But
Dark
I'm like,
Tower's really got to be done like a Game of Thrones style series.
that's what they're talking about doing right now. There's a guy out on Netflix, and I think Stephen King's even signed off on it. But they're in the process of working
Yeah.
up. Each season is going to be
Imagine if someone had to do the entire Game of Thrones as one movie. It wouldn't work.
no
It wouldn't
way.
work.
It couldn't happen. Mickey, the remake of The Stand, which was there a movie remake
Did
of
they
it,
do a
or was
remake of The Stand?
I remember the miniseries.
Yeah, the original miniseries.
Yeah,
No,
the
I think
one
they
with
did a modern remake.
did they?
Yeah.
That explains why I didn't watch it then. I like that, Nemo. You're right. Freaking
What?
decay began with the loss of Saturday morning cartoons.
Well, Saturday morning cartoons were lost because people stopped watching network TV.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
think
I
about it.
mean,
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, but there was so much fun with Saturday morning cartoons, and I mean, come on, I learned so much crap
Yeah,
about.
but you have to remember that was the only time and place to watch cartoons. You didn't have any other options other than
That's
VHS.
true.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, there's no other cartoons now. Everybody else talk about anime like anime is not a kid's cartoon. A lot of anime is not kids' cartoons.
Anime
So,
done took over.
oh
Now
yeah,
here's the thing,
100%.
okay? Now here's the thing. If you go to if you look at the comic book industry,
Mm-hmm.
which ones are selling? Anime.
Oh
If
yeah,
you look at all the pop culture conventions, anime. All the
yep,
younger people, where are they all into? Anime.
anime.
The
Yep,
reason why is because our culture, American culture, has dropped the ball on pop culture.
100%. Agreed.
Some other country's got to come in and fill that void.
Yeah, and I know where
Yeah.
anime got its foothold in all of American society. I know where it got its foothold in. Freaking Speed Racer. Speed Racer was the beginning of anime in the States, honestly. And that was from
I actually have to disagree.
how's that?
Only because I get where you're coming from. I would say Speed Racer was the first anime
Yeah,
to come over here and be popular.
yeah,
That was before a lot of these people's times, That was like when baby boomers were watching TV.
yeah. Well,
I
now
think that really kicked it off here in the States,
Pokemon.
Dragon Ball.
You think Dragon Ball more so than Pokemon?
Yeah, I think Dragon Ball is older than Pokemon. And
In the States, though?
there was a Pokemon to show, but Pokemon is more popular through video games.
Yeah, and the cards now,
Yeah,
or the cards before, and then now the video games.
Well, no, it started as a video game. It started as a Game Boy game.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's where it first originated from.
See, and all I remember it before Dragon Ball came over. I remember Pokemon first,
Dragon
especially
Ball
on
came
adult.
over in the early 90s. Pokemon
You
didn't
know,
pop off until like when I was in college, so like 99, 98, 99.
so where in the hell did they get the? When did Dragon Ball actually start being shown? Because I don't remember it being on any TV stations.
Dragon Ball was around since like mid 80s.
I never saw it in mid '80s. I think I
Yeah.
did it right now.
I used to watch it as a kid. But we would get it from the Korean video rental store. I'd have to
Oh,
watch
gotcha,
all Korean.
gotcha. And that makes
Um,
more sense. I mean, because you got certain niches with it and stuff. But I mean, I grew up on like I said, Star Blazers, Space Battleship Yamato, that kind of thing, and Battle of the Planets. You know, those were some great stories, but they were all pirated and westernized. You know what I mean? They literally were westernized. So
but that's what's been going on because our pop culture peaked in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, and it's just gone downhill.
well, yeah,
People still have that need for entertainment, so they turn to other countries. You got Japan for anime. You've
yeah,
got okay, you got Netflix, right?
yeah.
You go into Netflix, half the shows are Korean.
Oh yeah. Ever since Squid Games,
Yeah,
especially since Squid Games.
but people just watch Korean dramas now. Um,
Oh,
you've got
Voltron.
K-pop taking over because Western music blows.
Yeah,
I'm not
you know
talking
what's
about
really
the
bad?
classic. I'm not talking about like,
Yeah, no, I
music.
know what you mean. As far as
I'm talking
new
about the
stuff.
Western music coming out now
Yeah,
fucking blows, and all
yeah,
the
I
kids
agree.
are tired of it. So I was with like I was with this woman. She's a African American lady, right?
Yeah,
She has a daughter. Like we were having a get together at her house, and I walked past her daughter's room from the bathroom. And I look inside, and there's all these posters of like Blackpink and like BTS and like K-pop stars. I was surprised. This was like a few years back, so I was like, "Why? Your daughter's really into K-pop?" And she was like, a lot of young black kids they listen to like the hip hop music these days, and it's just nothing but a bunch of negative crap. And the kids
yeah,
the kids are smart enough to know that they're just tired of it. So a lot of those kids in like
yeah.
the inner cities, like little kids, they're turning to K-pop because their music sucks, and it does.
I can dig it. I see what you mean. Honestly, I mean, I used to sit there and kind of lose my mind a little bit on some stuff because I was like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me the way people were doing things.
Yeah.
And you know, while I'm not a quote unquote K-pop guy, don't get me wrong, but
Understand how kids are gravitating towards it.
yeah, I can see
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
can 100% see it
yeah.
because it doesn't make any sense to do anything but, especially when you got the crap's coming out. The number one country song a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it still is or not, was an AI generated freaking song. Okay, that pisses me off right off the bat. But then I sit there and start thinking about it, and I got a choice of that AI song, or I got a choice of that, or Morgan freaking Wallen, who I never want to hear. I haven't heard a single freaking song he's done. I never want to hear a song he's freaking done because he's nothing but a whiny little bitch. So I don't want to hear him. If he'd have come up at the same time when Willie Nelson and all the other guys were coming out in the late 60s, early 70s, they'd have bitch slapped him and made him a little punk. He would have
Like
never even
Morgan Wallen,
played.
he's pretty huge though.
He's huge now. They made him a damn. You know what? They made him Entertainer of the Year last year at the whichever awards it was the last one, but they made him Entertainer of the Year, and I'm sitting there looking at it like I don't know a single fucking song he's ever done, not a one. But he could sure as hell try and sneak into a daggum arena somewhere, screaming the N word at people all over the place, and get noticed for that. Oh yeah, well we're going to give him the Entertainer of the Year because he's a. I listened to him. I take that back. I listened to him one time. It was after Jimmy Buffett had passed away, and they did a tribute to Jimmy Buffett and Joe Diffie and stuff. And you had Kenny Chesney. Was it Kenny Chesney? No, he did it with somebody else. He did a different song. But they were doing a tribute to Joe Diffie. Morgan Wallen's out there, and another guy, and I can't remember which one it is. And then freaking Post Malone. All three of them are out there. They're doing. Post Malone loved Joe Diffie. In fact, he met his son a while back. Anyway, we get out there and you listen to him. Post Malone's the only one that sounds half as decent. Morgan Wallen was so out of tune and so fucking ridiculously stupid on stage. I never want to hear the son bitch ever again. Period. End of story. I do not care. I hope he falls off the face of the planet. That's how much I don't like him.
Oh, did you hear the news about Barry Manilow?
Yeah, he's got cancer.
Yeah, lung cancer.
Yep.
Yeah, at his age, that's not a good. That's not.
No,
good.
he of course he's probably got a little bit of the HIV thing going too if he ain't careful. So, but anyway, I started
He's
one
got
here
HIV too. What?
No, he doesn't. I'm just saying, but he is gay. So
Oh, he is. I didn't even know he
yeah,
was gay.
yeah, he came out a few years back.
Oh, you just a few years back? Damn.
Yeah. This one, banana splits, Lil Patty Gewer, right up my alley, right there. Anybody? Chongo. That was the old saying from the little mini cereal thing that they had on there. It was called Danger Island, and Danger Island had this wild boy, and they were like pirates. But Jan Michael Vincent was in it too. He was one of the. He was one of. That was one of his first roles. That was always a great one. I could still sing that song to this day. Tra la 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 la. Danger Island was the crap. I mean, that was some of the most fun. And you had these ugly ass pirates that looked like somebody you get out of a Robert Louis Stevenson freaking novel. Looked like Long John Silver. They did them to the nines. They were great.
Danger Island. I don't understand.
Danger Island. Okay, so Banana Splits was a show with these Beetle type wannabe looking characters. They were men in these kaiju. Let's call them kaiju for right now. But they were a band. I mean, they made them in their dogs and cats or whatever, but they were men in the little suit type things. Let me see if I can find a picture I can show you too. But during it, they would show different cartoons, like the old Three Musketeers cartoon. Adam Ant. Adam Ant used to be one of the cartoons. Secret Squirrel was one of the cartoons that was shown on it all the time. Here we go. Let's see if I can get you a picture real quick. And
Oh, Tex just posted his show.
that is the Banana Splits.
Okay.
That was their clubhouse. They used to have a group called the Sour Grapes. They were little girls. I say little girls, dressed in all purple and stuff. They come in and do these dance moves and just start bring them notes from the leader of the Sour Grapes. It was freaking gold. This stuff was the most amazing stuff I'd ever seen in my life at that time. Anyway,
Interesting.
let's see if I can find Danger Island here real quick for you so you can see that. It would always show this one. See if I can get this one up here. This was a Danger Island. I don't remember the guy's name in the middle, but the one on the left, he was like a wild boy. That was Chongo. And every time they'd call Chongo, here he'd come running and beat people up with coconut.
Show?
Huh?
This is the TV show?
Yeah, it was the little serial show that was on the Banana Split show. They're only like 15-minute episodes. That was it. And that right there, that's Jan Michael Vincent. Right there. He went on to be an Airwolf and a couple other stuff online or on network TV at the time.
Is he still alive?
Adam. I think he is. I think he is actually. Come on, think of it.
Oh, damn, he's old now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he died in 2019.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? I'm trying to get to this. Yeah, he did. February 10th, 2019. I didn't know he'd passed away. honestly. Ooh, and some of the pictures of later on, he wasn't good either. Didn't look
Mm,
like.
yeah.
Well, and it kind of like the way when last year when um, Val Kilmer died. I mean, that was cool the way they brought him back into Maverick or into Top Gun Maverick.
He died of cardiac arrest. Same thing Hulk Hogan died of.
Yeah, but man,
Man, he was not looking good towards the end of his life.
no, he was not.
No.
Him, like I said, freaking what you call it, Val Kilmer when he died, he didn't look very
He didn't
good
look
either.
too
I
great.
mean,
Yeah.
no, but to bring
Yeah.
him back in and do what
Getting
they
old
did for him,
sucks. Yeah.
yeah, couldn't talk, but they brought him back in and dubbed it in for him, so at least he could actually be in the Top Gun movie. So anyway, yeah, that was
Yeah.
I miss them. I miss them all. They were all great stuff. Oh, Great Space Coaster, that was okay, Mickey, but I'm a Ruth Buzzy fan. I was always a Ruth Buzzy fan, and I was trying to find this one video if I can find it here. But there was this one video I did a while back. Y'all remember me doing on Truth or Tinfoil? I did uh the stuff for the aliens. Trying to remember which one it was. Oh, here it is. Got it right here. And it was not far out space. That's the wrong one. Wrong one. I'm gonna put this up so y'all can see it and y'all can remember it just like I did because Ruth Buzzy, because I had forgotten about this show. This was a Sid and Marty Krofft thing. Same ones that did Land of the Lost, same ones that did uh
Land of the
the other.
Lost.
Yep, they did other crap that went along with it. But the let's see if I can get this thing to come up here. Hopefully, you can get everything here with it. But I'd forgotten about this until this happened.
Out of the sky, out of time, coming to see all that they can find. UFO, fly fun, they go to the moon now.
That's Jim Neighbors and Bruce Buzzy.
Hmm.
Now listen, from the future time, they came to see how the world used to be. But something went wrong deep inside, and they can't get off of this crazy ride. Please, someone help us. Oh, where
Can you imagine all that corniness shoved into one place compared to what we were? But we were kids. We loved this crap.
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
See what?
I don't remember this one.
Now this was.
Yeah.
When were you born?
1980.
You're born in 1980. I think it had probably already run its course by then for the most part.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's no, Patty, we don't do the HR puppet stuff thing because that was one of those that it was one of those. No, it wasn't Alan Hale. Nemo. See, Nemo's going to get me here. Watch this, Nemo. I know exactly what you're thinking about because on that same episode. Now, this is tough because it doesn't sound great, but let's see if I can get it on here. It was not Alan Hale with Bob Denver on this. This was the Far Out Space Nuts.
Breakfast. Lunch. I said lunch, not lunch.
Like you could push one button and launch, you know. And he passed away a while back too, Chuck McCann.
So it's basically Gilligan's Island in space.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
I don't know how this one ever. Well, it went for about 3 or 4 years, actually, 3 or 4 seasons at least.
Was
This
this
wasn't on
before or
Saturday
after
morning
Gilligan's
cartoon.
Island?
What's that?
Was this before or after Gilligan's Island?
Oh, well after Gilligan's Island.
Hmm.
I mean, well after Gilligan's Island. We're talking. This was probably. Come to think of it, let me see when the first episode aired on that one. Okay, it started. Well, and I take that back. It only ran for 2 seasons, 75 to 76. That was it. So it was only two seasons that happened. Let's see. Lost Saucer, which was the Bruce Buzzy one, was only 1 season or 2 seasons too, 75 to 76 too. So, dang, I feel old now. I feel old. Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. Yes, I remember that quite well. In fact, the woman that played Electra Woman was a soap opera star on Days of Our Lives, Deidre Hall. So, yeah, that's
Anyway,
yeah, Bigfoot phase. I don't think that was quite the moon landing though. Nice try though. Golly. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. We've been talking about freaking old shows and stuff. We started talking about all sorts of crap. What do you remember most from your childhood?
things like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles in terms of TV shows, Muppet
Yeah.
Babies.
Oh yeah, Muppet Babies was
Um,
great.
in terms of like TV shows, I grew up on like remember TGIF,
Oh yeah,
like Full
yeah,
House
it
and
was
Family
great.
Matters and
Yep,
all that. Saved
yep.
by the Bell.
You liked
Um,
Urkel, huh?
no, it started getting old.
Right.
But I was Growing Pains. I remember I used to watch that.
Yep.
Small Wonder, Alf,
Small Wonder. Which one was Small Wonder? Was that robot girl?
Robot Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a lot of Married with Children, actually. I love that
Oh,
show.
you and me both.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it at first when it first came out in the late '80s, but when it really kicked in, the second season or third season, I think I watched it. I'm an Al
You were
Bundy
hooked.
freaking
You were hooked.
mark now. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Al Bundy's like one of my favorites of all time. I always tell people, you got 5 people that you
Yeah.
need to model your life after. You know who that is? Archie Bunker,
Mhm.
Fred Sanford, George Jefferson, Homer Simpson, and Al Bundy.
Mhm.
To a lesser extent, Peter Griffin.
You know what other TV dad that I liked? Red Foreman and That 70s Show.
Oh yeah, and
I
you
like
can't
that
even
one.
watch it now. They won't show it anywhere now.
Why
They
not?
don't show it because of Danny Masterson.
Oh man.
Freaking Hyde was the cause of it. Not, I don't know if you might be able to find, but I doubt it because they don't want to
Man,
pay
I
him any
love that
money.
show.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah.
And they made that '90s show
That
on
was like my
Netflix.
comfort watching, yeah.
Heck yeah. They tried to recapture with the '90s show, but it just wasn't the same. I mean, it
No,
was
it wasn't
kind of
the
cool
same.
at parts, but it wasn't the same. I mean, God, those '70s show because I'm sitting there watching. So, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. I remember. I want that van. I want that El Camino. I mean, I'm literally living my childhood through it 3/4 of the time. I didn't understand how Donna could ever see anything in Eric, though. Good God.
You know, one of my buddies in college actually shared a bus stop with her because she was from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was his neighbor. He said she was really nice, very quiet, but very nice.
Who's that?
Nice.
The guy that played
Laura
Eric?
Prepon? No, the girl who played Donna.
Oh, yeah. Laura Prepon.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
Oh yeah, I grew up on DuckTales.
Gargoyles. You know what? I hate to say this. I've got Disney Plus, and I'm watching Gargoyles still to this day.
Still
I
watching
really do.
Gargoyles?
Oh yeah, Gargoyles was great stuff. And let's think about that for a minute too, because let's talk about the and I know we're well over the time we normally do, but think about um, the Justice League stuff from TNT, from it's on HBO now, HBO Max now, but the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited from 2006 time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, think about that. I mean, or 2002, whatever it was, but Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, some of the storylines they wrote in that are not good for kids at all.
Oh, I love those shows.
Oh, I did too. Don't get me wrong. And I wasn't a kid when I was watching, but I'm sitting there watching, and my daughters and my granddaughter this day, go back and watch the ones where Aquaman and Dr. Fate and several others are trying to stop that rip in the dimensional space, and they're using Solomon Grundy, and Solomon Grundy gets killed at the end of it.
Yeah, I remember.
And my granddaughter, she's like, what's wrong with Solomon Grundy? When you got a 7-year-old watching that, you're like, now you got to explain it to them. To put it even worse, go later on in Justice League Unlimited, when Batman had to go in. Remember the Royal Flush
Just
Gang?
explain to her that no, it's okay because Solomon Grundy's a bad guy.
Not in that one, he wasn't though. He was helping them out. Remember, he was like taking care of stuff. But anyway, Batman, when he was going to get, it was like talking Amanda Waller from the early on days or whatever. But they gave the Royal Flush Gang was created by Ace, who was the original member, the one that could create alternate realities. Mm-hmm. But she was about to have an aneurysm or whatever. She was going to die. And they had to stop her because they were afraid if she died, it would cause a massive implosion or whatever the case might be. And Batman went into the park and sat next to her. She knew what was coming. She read his mind. She knew it was coming. She's like, I know you're not going to use that machine either. He's like, nope. And he took it and he threw it away. She's like, will you sit here with me? He sat there, held her hand till she died.
Yeah.
And carried her and then walked her out. I'm like, that is so deep for a kid to be able to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have put that on Saturday morning.
It still holds up.
And they're
anyway,
still
I think
great.
I think we should call it a wrap. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're beat. You're beat.
Yeah. But
all right, guys.
Any final thoughts or words before we? Oh, guys, check out Tex. He's up in like 15 minutes. So
yep.
If you want to hop on over, there's still content to be had. I think he's going to talk about that recently.
For us, it's going to be content.
Yeah.
Content for us is going to be the backs of our eyelids.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have fun. Hopefully, I'll remember to do a damn show on Friday night this time.
Well, you won't have the car to worry about, so that's good.
Yeah. Y'all have fun.
Bye.
Oh, man, I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Hit that one.
Take me out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring, best out of 3 falls. Donny and Randy, talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit, it's the best of course. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donny and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast, they're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball
sports guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the USA.